Hello everyone, it's Tim2009, and I'm finally back with a new video. So welcome to the first video of February 2025. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of my all-time favorite Thomas the Tank Engine movies, Hero of the Rails. That's right, it's finally happening. We're taking a look at the beginning of the nitrogen era of Thomas and Friends. As we all know, Hero of the Rails was a great way to start off. I just wish that the first 4 seasons that came before this were better written. But sadly, that's not the case. But today, I thought I'd try to go back in time to when Thomas and Friends actually was promising. So we're looking at Hero of the Rails, and this is my 4th favorite Thomas and Friends movie. I'm sure some of you might guess what my other 3 favorites are, since I've already mentioned them before, but feel free to guess what those are in the comments below. If you hear any noises in the background, please ignore them. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's just jump straight into it. I'm already excited. So we're going to be taking a look at 6 characters here, so this should be very interesting, and I'm going to save the best 2 for the last. So, let's jump straight into it. Now, I've already done a video talking about why I really love Hero of the Rails, so you can check that out if you want. But anyways, let's get started. Now, I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I really do not like how they treated Percy throughout the rest of the series. He had such a great character in the first 7 seasons. I don't know what they did to this poor guy. But anyways, I'm going to say that my least favorite moment in Hero of the Rails is the mail car situation. This could have easily been prevented had it not been for Percy. So Thomas wants Percy to help him out with restoring Hero, and that's fine. But Percy makes the dumbest decision and decides to hide his mail coaches in the middle of the forest. And then Sir Topham Hatt basically gets on to Thomas for, not delivering the mail and stuff. Which, again, this all could have been prevented had it not been for Percy's dumb situation. But I will say that the movie does pick up once Spencer actually steals Percy's mail coaches and gets reprimanded. And then the chase scene with Thomas, Hero, and Spencer begins. I think one of the few problems I do have with Hero of the Rails is that it's a bit slow-paced. But the movie does get better once the epicness happens and we forget about the whole mail car shtick. So, I'm not going to have a whole lot to say about Percy, but I've already talked about him in the CGI versus Small series video I made on these guys. Again, you can also check that out if you want to hear more about that, but bottom line, I hate how Percy was treated in the CGI series moving forward. And I don't think he'll ever improve. It's sad. Alright, anyways. Now let's move on to, 2 of the more, interesting characters I have to talk about. Now, I know, Toby doesn't really have that big of a role in Hero of the Rails, or neither does Rosie, but you know what? Before we talk about Toby, I just thought I'd talk about Rosie real quick, because, Rosie is one of my favorite characters in the show, and she's so cute. And I've loved her ever since Thomas and the Birthday Mail, so finally we got a good hit era character here. The reason why I love Rosie in the CGI era is because she actually made it to the CGI series without a hitch. I knew she wasn't wasted potential the moment she arrived. While yes, you can say that she was still made for merchandise, as is the case with every single hit era character, but I honestly think Rosie and Thomas had a pretty interesting dynamic. Yes, I understand Rosie was trying to copy Thomas, and yes, I know, I hate Rosie's Funfair special just as much as you guys do. But that's besides the point. I really love Rosie, and I just thought I'd mention her really quick. She did make a cameo in Hero of the Rails, and I gotta say, she has a very cute CGI face. When you compare it to other CGI faces, it's no contest. I love Emily and Rosie's faces in the CGI series. But yeah, still, Rosie does look like a pretty nice model. She's very accurate to the show. I love her pink paint. And no, I will not be making a red Rosie. Period. So don't you dare ask me in the comments below. I'm sorry about that. But still, I really love Rosie. She's one of my favorites. Definitely a cute model. Alright, now let's talk about Toby the Tram Engine. Now, Toby, again, doesn't really have that big of a role in Hero of the Rails. I think the only thing of note is that when Spencer speeds by, Henrietta basically uncouples from him, and Toby's like, gosh! Yeah, I think that's probably Toby's biggest role in Hero of the Rails. And then after that, I mean, he does help James, like, hunt down Spencer when he stole Percy's mail coaches, and good thing Thomas was there to block his path. Like, that was pretty epic. But not as epic as the scene where Hero falls apart. Subtle foreshadowing. Anyways, again, I've already talked about why I don't like Toby's portrayal in the CGI series. He was a wise old engine. I don't understand why they turned him into a wimp. But I also thought I'd talk about Henrietta here, because, yeah. I know some of you are probably going to be commenting, wait, why are you showing the Arc era Henrietta during the Nitrogen era when she didn't have a face? Well, it's unfair to, really, talk about Toby and not talk about Henrietta, because these two are really perfect for each other. Like, have you seen things like, Toby and the Stout Gentleman, or how about Tobias and the Half Pariah? Don't even get me started on Arcane Merchant. Ugh. But yeah, I really think Henrietta does make for a nice, companion to Toby the Tram Engine. I just thought I'd talk about her. And if you're wondering what this is, it's basically the coupling on the back. So you can, hook up to other things. All the other Bluebird trains have couplings on their backs. And silver rollers on the bottom so they can roll on the yellow tracks. Yeah, very interesting. I really love how this Bluebird line came out overall. And don't plan on continuing anytime soon. There might be I might go back and do a couple of things, but for now, I just want to focus on the Earl miniature line and the upcoming Pocket Fantasy series, so I hope you're excited for that. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about Toby and Henrietta here. Okay, now let's actually talk about the three big guys here. Starting off with, of course, you all know him pretty well. Some of you might be tired of seeing him over and over again, but I still love him nonetheless. Thomas the Tank Engine here. So, now, I really love Thomas's portrayal in Hero of the Rails. His main goal is to, help out Hero, but he has a rivalry with Spencer the Silver Engine, and I'll talk more about that later. But I really love Thomas's relationship with Hero, and his interactions with his other friends are okay, but we've seen it multiple times. However, he wants all of his friends to, help out with him restoring Hero, and I actually really love this dynamic with all of the engines. Everyone is in character, everyone is working together, no one's acting like a bloody idiot throughout the movie. Looking at you, Percy! Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, I really love Thomas. None more to say. I mean, I know a lot of people will complain about Thomas being the main character of every single movie, but listen, I don't care about that. I still think all the movies are great. Take, for example, The Great Race, where Thomas wants to, prove that he's the best engine, but he learns that he should be himself and not change who he is. That is a great message, and I don't care what anyone else says. Then we have, Sora's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Again, Thomas worked his butt off to, discover the treasure and rescue Ryan from dying from being blown up. And he went out of his way to make sure Sailor John didn't steal the treasure. Had it not been for Thomas, Sailor John wouldn't have gotten away with it. Do you think someone else like Edward or Gordon could probably do that? I mean, that'd be pretty interesting, but still. And look, I know most people aren't the biggest fan of Journey Beyond Soda, but I really like how Thomas, learns that, and James both learn that no one has to be the favorite engine. And look, but yeah, still, I really like Thomas. I really can't say much more about him. He's still the same guy we know and love. Alright, now let's talk about the actual good stuff here. So here we have Spencer, the main antagonist of Hero of the Rails. Yes, that's right. It's not a diesel this time, but we have a steam engine as the main antagonist. Now, I really love how Spencer was handled in Hero of the Rails. We don't really see him acting this evil. Spencer in the original series was just a mirror of reflection to Gordon's pompous ego. And it's not Gordon down a peg, but the fact that this dude would go out of his way just to scrap another engine is insane. It'd be interesting if Diesel 10 was the main villain, but I'm actually glad they changed it to Spencer. And again, him stealing Percy's mail coaches, him trying to hunt down Thomas and actually spy on him is insane. Like, I really love how Spencer was written. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a very nice model. Again, I painted him silver, like how he is in the CGI series, and gave him silver buffers. Now, I know some of you might complain that Spencer has a weird shape, but I still really like Spencer. Again, he was very awesome in this movie, not gonna lie. Hands down, the best antagonist of this series. Well, actually, no, Diesel 10 is, but in terms of the hero of the rails, they picked a great antagonist for Thomas. Like, if you guys like how Spencer was written, let me know in the comments below. Alright, now we have the main man himself, the master of the railway, Hiro the Japanese train. Alright, so let's talk about Hiro. Now, Hiro has to be my favorite character of the CGI series, no comparison. Well, aside from Mishima, but that's besides the point. But just look at how beautiful Hiro is. He's based off of the D-51s. He has a pretty tragic backstory. I mean, it's tragic when, like, he is revealed, like, when he arrived at Sodor, the parts didn't arrive to fix him. He broke down, and he was been rusted up for, like, years and years. Sort of like Duke the Lost Engine. But again, I really love it in Thomas & Friends where, like, something old has been discovered and they restore it. This is the biggest reason why I love Hero of the Rails. Thomas finds this old engine named Hero, and he wants to restore him. But the craziest thing is that Hero basically tells Thomas that he shouldn't tell Sir Topham Hatt, otherwise he'll be scrapped. And again, Spencer actually does want Hero to get scrapped, so I really love, like, the epicness and the stakes here. Like, it was very nice to, like, actually have a character named Hero that isn't based off of merchandise and actually has a compelling character arc with Thomas. And a compelling story. I know some of you might say that Stephen was actually the first railway engine to, like, be built on Sodor, but Hero was actually the first engine to actually visit the island of Sodor. So yeah, I do find that very interesting. I mean, I'm sure some other people like The Unlucky Tug could go more in depth about Hero's character, and you should check out that video made by him, and you should check out The Unlucky Tug. I really like his videos. But yeah. Again, Hero does really look nice. I love his black paint job. I love his gold lining, his number 51, and just his overall basis. I really love the D51s. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed it. I really love Hero of the Rails. It's a great movie, and it still holds up. If you want something that isn't the model series, please, by all means, go watch Hero of the Rails. And definitely not Misty Island Rescue. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for other Bluebird Thomas and Friends reviews, as I'm going to do a part 2 to the CGI versus model series at some point. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to, like, remake the Carter, Trojan, and Zero video, since all of them have been overhauled. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. It'll be interesting to, like, remake Carter and Trojan. And yes, I promise I will remake Charles, as Clipit MS suggested. And we'll talk about more about other Bluebird Thomas models in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I thank you for watching. Bye for now.